It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Jenn Eckels is with us this morning from WCCC, Westmoreland County Community College, which, of course, has a lovely facility here in Indiana County. That's quite the campus up there, isn't it, with ICTC and you and all the things going on up there? My goodness.
It is. We're really excited to have all the opportunities that we have up there, the new partnerships with ICTC and the Conservation District, and of course the new building. It's just been like night and day from the old building to the new building. We really love our new facility.
I bet you. Our visit this morning presented by Marcus and Mack, voted Best Law Firm and Best Personal Injury Lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Well, you have such a wonderful facility there. Why not show it off and have people come visit and learn about it, right?
Absolutely. So we are having our open house next Wednesday. That's March 26th from 3 to 6 p.m. Well, everyone is welcome. You know, whether you're interested in classes or would just like to come and see the new building, we'd love to have you stop in. We'll do tours. We'll answer questions. We always have raffles and little games of chance. And, you know, it's a great chance to learn about what we actually offer, what programs we have, what types of classes, how to get started, all of that good information.
Well, that's the important thing about, you know, we can talk about the facility itself and how wonderful it is, and it is. We can talk about those sorts of things, the physical act of being there, but really it's about the educational opportunity that WCCC offers. And what you offer is something that really is unique in education, because you have the opportunity to earn a degree that is also going to help you if you want to further your degree at IUP, for instance. You could get your associate's degree, head right out into the workforce, and those sorts, the flexibility, I guess, is what I'm saying, of that educational opportunity should really be exciting for a lot of folks.
Yeah, absolutely. It is very flexible. It's a great starting place too. You know, what we see are a whole variety, such a broad mix of students. We have some what we call traditional students, and those are students that come right out of high school. They kind of have a plan. Maybe they're going to do the full associate degree in nursing, and then they're going to go into the workforce. We might also get students who are interested in transferring to IUP after a couple of years. So they might start in maybe they're going to do chemistry or biology or education for 2 years at Westmoreland and then transfer to IUP. So we see a lot of students like that. We also see a lot of, you know, what we call non-traditional students. And these are our students who have been out in the workforce and are coming back to further their education. So maybe they want to add on a certificate for something that they're already working on. Or maybe they want to go on a whole new career path, and so they're kind of picking a new starting point. So we have such a broad variety of students. It varies from programs, it varies from age of students, backgrounds. So, you know, we want to open our doors to everyone. Everyone is welcome to come in, see what we have to offer, and see if there's something that could be the right fit for them.
Yeah, and that being the case, the pursuit of the associate's degree, for instance, might follow a more traditional educational pattern, like during my day, I'm here at WCCC taking my courses. But with all of those different options for the way that you're pursuing your education, you work with students in terms of when classes are held, when they have the opportunity to be on campus, or maybe even they can do something online?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we do really well, we have a tremendous staff at Westmoreland. It's the same staff I've been working with for years. They're incredibly dedicated. Our counselor and our advisor, they make it a point to sit down one-on-one with each student and tailor everything to them. So if they are a working parent, for example, and online is the best option, then we do everything we can to help that fit their busy life and schedule. If they, you know, have the flexibility to come to classes, but could only come 2 days a week because they have to work a part-time job, we try and fit all their classes on 2 days a week so that it's a little easier on them for scheduling. Some do half and half. You know, they might take a class in person, they might take a class online. And then we have other locations as well. So they might take a class in Latrobe and at Indiana, and then one online. So we really go out of our way to try and tailor that to each student's specific needs.
Yeah, that ability to shape and to mold what that education is going to be like for them, has that sort of flexibility in their own lives has to be really, really exciting. So you mentioned students that you know, have pursued a career and have decided, you know, maybe this isn't exactly what I want to do with my life. But I need to earn my living. I need to support my family. At the same time, I want to work towards something else and maybe head in a whole different direction. You have a special accommodation for them in that you know, you can give them that sort of flexibility, that sort of
Yeah, we see that often. You know, a student might come in, for example, and they have been doing maybe some kind of labor job, like painting, construction, that sort of thing, and they want to go into a healthcare program. And they don't really know how to even get started or what's available. And, you know, this is our strong suit. This is where we can sit down one-on-one and show them, like, okay, here's how you start. It's not that hard. We're going to walk you through step by step. We're going to start from application all the way to graduation, and we're going to be there. One of the strengths of having this small, consistent staff is we're able to use our past experience, all the different types of students that we've worked with, to help create, you know, pathways for our students and help walk them through. It can be intimidating, especially if they are a first-generation college student. That's somebody whose family didn't go to college, who's never taken a college class. You know, there are some pretty scary things, like financial aid is always very scary. So we try to limit that intimidation factor by sitting down with them and walking them through it and explaining that, you know, it's very common to have student loans. It's not as scary as we think. It's like having a car payment or a mortgage. We're all used to those kinds of things, so it's not the end of the world. But you know, federal government, those words always tend to make something sound scarier than it actually is. So we really go out of our way to help those students who, you know, want to take an abrupt change in their career. And it's common now for people to change career paths. It's a lot more common than it used to be. You know, the traditional view is that you get a job and you work it for 40 years and you retire. Nowadays, we see a lot more people actually changing career paths, not just jobs, but, you know, taking abrupt turns from what they were doing. And they might do that 4 or 5 times in their lifetime now. So, you know, we want to be there to support that, for people to actually, you know, think about what they can see themselves doing. What do you visualize yourself doing?
Yeah.
Are you working in a hospital? Are you working in a school? Are you working in an IT department? Where do you visualize yourself? And we're going to try and help you get there.
Jenn Eckels is our guest this morning. WCCC will be having an open house next Wednesday. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in just a second or so. But one of the things that you mentioned and have mentioned several times is healthcare. WCCC's offerings in the healthcare field have expanded really over the last 10 years probably. You're able to offer people more in healthcare careers probably than ever before. And working in conjunction with other educational opportunities like at IUP, people can really, you know, go anywhere you want within that healthcare field. You can help them.
Yeah, we're so lucky right here in Indiana. You know, with IUP's new medical program coming into town, and our programs and ICTC's programs, really, you know, students have they're spoiled for choices right now.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful to see, you know, they might start out as a CNA, just a certified nursing assistant, and start working their way up the ladder. and then do ICTC's LPN program. And then transfer. We have a bridge program. So if you have your LPN, you can transfer right into our RN program and only have to do a year of the coursework to get your registered nurse's degree license. So, we have that. And then they can move from there and they can continue working up to, nurse practitioner, all sorts of options. So there really is a lot of healthcare options right here in the county for people to explore. The demand on the field is so great right now. We need healthcare everywhere. We have a phlebotomy program. In 3 months or one semester, students can become a certified phlebotomist. And that gets them into the hospital right away, working with a credential that could possibly lead to so many other opportunities. It's a phlebotomy and specimen processing certificate. So it's not just the blood draw, which is what phlebotomy is, but they also can use that to work in the lab and actually work with specimens and processing them. So that's a great opportunity. That's one semester long. They spend about 8 weeks in the classroom and then about 8 weeks doing a clinical piece of it. And then they can sit for their phlebotomist certification.
Yeah, it's amazing. So the open house next week, you can explore those careers and many more at WCCC. So the hours again for the event next week?
It's March 26th from 3 to 6 p.m. And it's just walk in at your own time, and we'll be there. Our whole staff will be there. We'll be, so excited just to walk you around the building, answer general questions. Or if you have very specific questions, if you're ready, if you have an idea of what you want to do, we'll sit down with you. We'll go over the whole program. We show you how to apply all of the tools that you'll need to get started for the fall semester.
And we talked about the wonder of the campus and how nice it is there. For folks who don't know where it is, what's the easiest way to get there?
If you know where ICTC is, then you can't miss us. We are located directly next to them. Our building is bright blue and green, which are our colors for Westmoreland County Community College. So when you're coming up the drive for ICTC, we just stand out. We're right in the middle between the Conservation District, their beautiful new building, which is very rustic and log cabin-like, and then you have our bright green and blue building right there in the middle. The actual address is 439 Hamel Road.
There you go. Very good. Jenn Eckels, thanks so much for coming in to visit with us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. 9:26 in the morning on your Wednesday, and Boomer Sports next, brought to you by S&T Bank, People Forward Banking.